Good evening. If you hear a crunch, it's the doggies having supper. So just excuse that sound. And now the one is eating properly, and the little girl, she's always hoping that there will be something extra. And I cannot give her something extra with every meal. Her dad won't like me after that if I do that. So welcome everyone. I am Katinka, the seamstress at the cottage, and we're busy with our 14 days or lives until Valentine's Day, celebrating friendship. And at the moment, I'm still working on the little hearts, putting them together and sewing them up. Our dried lavender has run out, so I've been putting scraps of fabric with the lavender, just so that I have more things to fill it up with. And I am just sewing them up. There's 2 more that I have to do. And then I've done all of them. And today I sent out the invitation. I'm a bit late, but it's so nice. Some friends asked, can they bring another friend with them? And that is what I wanted with this. It's not just, hi Grace, how are you? So nice to see you here. What are you working on? So what is nice about the people who's asked if they could bring other people, I wanted this whole day to be a celebration of friendship. And a case of, okay, you've got friends that will also enjoy this, bring them along. So it's so heartwarming to see that that's actually happening at the moment. But that meant that I was suddenly a bit nervous that maybe I don't have enough hearts, so I just cut out 2 more, just in case, because I would like everyone to get a little gift. Oh, the 2 Yorkies are not interested in their supper tonight. And then, Evan, good morning from Arizona. Good morning. Nice to see you here. Sorry, I just need to watch the, hey, no, come here. Watch the Alsatian, because he's on his way to go and eat the Yorkies' food, because they are expecting me to give them something nice on there, and they've got very good quality dog pellets, and they had something nice this morning. So I just need to watch Ethan the Alsatian to make sure he doesn't eat their food. And then what I do is I just leave it for about 15 to 20, oh, he's watching their food, 15 to 20 minutes, and then I pick it up. If they didn't eat, they can have it tomorrow. Oh, thank you. Oh, it's so nice to see you, Banana Diva. So, still working on the hearts for Valentine's Day picnic. And like I said earlier, a friend actually contacted me just now saying, oh, can I bring a friend with? And I'm so chuffed with that. So I'm just making a few extra in case there's more people who want to come. And that is the thing with this type of, like what I'm doing now. I would love it to become a yearly thing. I don't know if it will. But one of my passions is to create community. It's always been. Do things that will bring people together and let them just see, just see that the world is not so lonely. You know, there's always people that, oh, let's just go and save the dog. Oh, Ethan, good boy. Sorry, who's this? Unknown. Thank you. So I'm house sitting, and there's a big Alsatian. Thank you. Here he is. His name is Ethan, and he's trying to steal the food of the Yorkies. So I just need to watch him because they just got their supper Okay, I don't appreciate that type of thing. I'm just gonna remove it, and yeah, that's not the type of comments we have here. This is a safe place. It's a place where we appreciate sewing and creating and all the fun things. So yes. Enrico, hi. That's better. Hi, Alexandra. Nice to see you here. So yes, back to the whole thing of creating community. I think that is something that I've always been passionate about. I think it's also a case of, you know, this world. Oh, pick up eyeglasses at the eye doctor. I'll be listening in my car. Oh, wonderful, Grace. Enjoy. Oh, I can't tell you. I had to get new glasses, I think 6 months ago. And I just used the same frames, but I couldn't believe the difference to suddenly being able to see properly. So go and enjoy it. But back to the whole thing of community. I'm getting distracted. So what I've realized quite some time ago, actually when I was, about 15, 20 years ago, I realized that there's a lot of people, oh, I can imagine, Grace. There's a lot of people who are lonely. And there's a lot of people in this world who feel left out. And so my passion has always been to let people feel included. So I'm so chuffed for each of you who's here today, and I hope you feel included. I hope you feel part of a community, even if you're not sewing, if you're just here for some company, welcome. So back to the hearts. I forgot. I need to still put the little thingy in there. Let's do that first. So I've made 2 extra, and now I'm just going to fill them up. I don't know if I've got enough filling though. We'll just spread it out between all of it and then see. So these little hearts has actually been such a nice thing to make, because it's literally a thing of taking time, and as I'm making it, I'm thinking of the person who's going to get it, and I'm praying for that person and just sitting and, you know, really sending them love. And I hope that the people who get them will feel that love. Oh no, my cotton is done. So yeah, that's that part. And we are just going to continue with doing this. So those of you who joined me yesterday going to the beach, I must tell you, it was so much fun. It was actually really so relaxing to just stand there and look at the waves and experiencing the beauty of nature. And I walked away from that and I just felt so thankful. Firstly, thankful that I was able to go cold plunging. Secondly, thankful that you joined me to just look at the waves and chat. And thirdly, I felt thankful that I was close enough to the sea that I could do that. Because living in Cape Town, the sea is always close, but sometimes you live a bit far and then 15, 20 minutes drive is just a bit too much. So I like it that I'm house sitting at the moment because I'm really close to the beach. Hi there. I can't see your name, but welcome. Over here we're talking about sewing and the fun of creating, but it's also about friendship and how we live in a world where a lot of people are feeling lonely, left out, not included. And I really want this space to be a space of feeling like you belong. And so at the moment, as I'm sitting here, I am working on little hearts that I'm going to give to a bunch of friends on the 14th. We're going to have a Valentine's Day picnic with a bunch of friends, because Valentine is not just about the hearts. Now I know that some of you have been here from the start and you know the story, but Those of you who are new, I'm going to tell you the story now. I don't know if you know, but Valentine's Day actually started about 300 after Christ, and it was a priest who would marry the soldiers, because the person who was ruling at that stage, he didn't want the soldiers to get married because then they didn't fight as well as he wanted them to fight. So Valentine the priest started marrying the soldiers, and then he got caught. And he was put into jail for doing that. And in the jail, apparently, the one story is he fell in love with the daughter of the jailer. The other story is he healed the daughter of the jailer. And then he wrote her a note, said, "From your Valentine." And that is where the "From your Valentine" started. So that's the one part. And then, I'm good, thanks. The other part that comes along is there was a pagan festival around the same time, which was quite a thing. And they would draw lots, and then they would put people together. And so at one stage, the Pope around 800 after Christ said, "Oh no, let's just combine these two so that everybody can be on the same page." And that's why the whole thing of today came from life with Femi. Don't understand your comment there, but anyway. So today's Valentine's thing come along from that whole roses and love and all of that. But there's actually more to it. And so I want to celebrate friendship. And I want to celebrate the whole process of just caring for the people around you, those who has crossed your path and those who you walk with and those who you sometimes visit with over here. And so, as I'm chatting to you, I am making these little hearts for all the friends that's coming to my picnic. And I'm filling them with lavender, because firstly, lavender smells nice. Secondly, lavender keeps moths out of your clothes. Thirdly, lavender deters scorpions, which is a problem sometimes. And lavender calms your nervous system. And I find that sometimes you just need a bit of calming. So let's fill a little bit more and then take it from there. And the lavender came from the bushes outside my house. There's a few lavender bushes that smell so good, and I just love waking up in the morning, and if the wind blew, then you smell them so nicely, or after the rain. It is the best. So is anybody sewing today? And if so, what are you working on? Yay. Just relaxing, Alexandra. That's so good. Relaxing is important. We've got another one done. Only 2 more. Evan says, "I'm finishing a birthday red velvet cape for my granddaughter." How cute is that? Is that for Valentine's Day, or is it just because she wanted a red velvet cape? Oh my gosh. Velvet. I don't like working with velvet. I like the finished results, but I don't like the velvet in my mouth and in my nose. And the way you have to be so careful when you sew it because it moves around. I find that's so tedious. That actually, I don't know if you do that, because if you have any tips for us, please give it. But I have to tap velvet if I want to work with it. I recently made a waistcoat for my nephew for his wedding in velvet. And oh my goodness, that was a small piece of fabric. Just a couple of decorative buttons to add. Fox velvet for her birthday. Oh, that is so sweet. Yeah, no, the one I worked with was the 100%, I think it was silk velvet or cotton velvet. It was beautiful though. But oh, it was such a mission to work on. Oh, so your granddaughter is having a birthday. What a sweet gift. I'm sure she's going to love it. Yeah, last year I made a cape. Or not a cape. Yeah, a cape, like a cape coat. And it was beautiful, but I didn't like wearing it. So I gave it to a friend. It was beautiful though. And I would definitely not have worn it on this side because it was quite heavy and warm. And Cape Town gets cold, but if it's winter, you can't wear that. You need to wear a raincoat because usually it's cold and it's rainy. So I know wool is good. It just repels some of the squeaker. I don't mean to be rude, but I've got to ask. Kima, oh, sorry. No, you can always ask. I don't mind if people ask. So I think I'm going to Bradley. Hi, Bradley. Going to tell you the story of my head. So my body became allergic to my hair roots, and it's called alopecia, and there's different types of alopecia. And basically, hi, I didn't see Kay Peters. So basically my body, my body rejects the hair that comes in, that grows out. So if you can see, there is some hair on my head at the moment, which is really so nice because it's the most hair I've had in a long time. I also have eyelashes, I don't know if you can see, which is also awesome. I'm from South Africa. And yeah, so I have been without hair basically longer than I've had hair. So, yep, no chemo. I'm as healthy as anything. I just have some autoimmune things. And one of the autoimmune, let's call it manifestations, is that my hair falls out. Yeah, there is regrowth. Now, this is the most of my hair has grown in many years, and it's been like this for the last 3 or 4 years, which I'm very thankful for. And yeah, the reality is that I am more used to not having hair than to have hair. Oh, Port Elizabeth, Bradley, awesome. Yeah, I'm from Cape Town. Love Port Elizabeth. I used to live close to East London, and love that area. It's really beautiful. But I've seen you guys have had a lot of wind lately, but it's normal for Port Elizabeth. Squeak. I asked because she reminded me of my mother when she was recovering from her treatments and started to look healthy again. But she was always very shy about the little hairs. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, there's a lot of people, actually, just in my circle of friends, there's quite a few who's going through chemo. And it's hard. It's hard when you lose your hair, no matter how old you are. But what I've also learned through the years is hair is not the main thing. There's so much more to life. I think if you're in that place, you're already feeling sick, and now on top of that, you lose your hair, and with that, it feels like you lose your identity. And I've been there. It is really quite traumatic. But yes, it is not the main thing. And if you can focus on the bigger picture, like getting healthy and healing and just being thankful, you get through it much easier. So like I said, for me, I've literally been without hair for longer than I've had hair. So I'm used to it. I still have days where it gets to me sometimes, especially if people around me I don't mind if people ask. That never bothers me. And if people say, oh, I like your hair, that also doesn't bother me. What bothers me is if people become weird. Like earlier, and I actually cancelled that comment, is somebody said, oh, I want to kiss your head. You know, you don't do that. You don't walk up to anybody and say, oh, I want to kiss you. That's intrusive. That's not, you don't do that. Unless you have a relationship with somebody and there's a mutual understanding of the friendship, that's okay. But yeah, no. So things like that, I will shut down immediately. But people asking, I really don't have a problem with that. But let's get back to why we're meeting here today. So I'm going to have a picnic with a bunch of my friends on the 14th. I do have a sewing machine. Okay, wait. Let me just see. I forgot. Oh, sorry. That is rude what they did. Yeah, Bradley, it was quite rude. Banana Diva, it's always so great to watch you while you're working on stuff. I'm just tracking the pattern pieces. Oh, stays, the handmade stays I'm going to make. You're always so positive and uplifting. Oh, awesome. And then Kay Peterson, do you make garments without a sewing machine? No, I do have a sewing machine. I sometimes do make garments without a sewing machine because I love doing that. But I do have a sewing machine and I'm so thankful for having that. Yes, Grace, I can't believe it's the middle of the month already. And then Squeaker T, that's a fair point. As a guy who's been going bald since 15, I kind of got used to it early on. It is a respect thing, yes. But I'm curious to see what you're working on before I go. Oh, sorry. I'm making hearts like this. And I'm filling them with lavender. And we're going to have a picnic with a bunch of friends. And I'm going to give each of them a little heart to know that their friendship means a lot to me. And I'm really looking forward to it. So that's what I'm going to do on Valentine's Day. Oh, you're learning how to sew, but you don't have a machine. You know what? You don't need a machine to sew. I sewed by hand for many years. The big thing is, just enjoy the process. You know, use the fine hand stitches. Banana Diva, he actually does a lot of sewing with just by hand. Oh, thank you. Yes. So you can make these also by hand. Just use small little stitches to sew it up. And yeah, you can do so much. I used to make like a lot of things just sitting doing it by hand. So you do not need a machine. It's nice to have one. I can't say I don't love my sewing machine, but you don't have to have one to make stuff. And you know, the sewing machine only came around, I think it was in like 1886 or something. And up until then, everything was made by hand. So it's not impossible. You can make beautiful things just sewing by hand. Grace. Valentine's Day celebrates female friendships on the 13th. Oh, yes, you said so, Grace. I still like that. And I think maybe you can count that for male friendships as well. You know, it's that whole thing of celebrating your friends. I'm just realizing more and more that we don't, I don't know, this world we live in, we were in a like 100 or even 50 years ago, there was a place of celebration, anything would turn into a celebration. And now life is so busy that we don't celebrate. And I don't want to just celebrate the big things. I want to celebrate small things as well. You know, that moment of, oh yeah, Grace also says she loves hand sewing. I agree, hand sewing is so relaxing. But the other day, oh, I must tell you, so I've got dyslexia, and spelling is really not a strong feat of mine. My one teacher used to say, I do creative spelling. Every time I write something, I write it differently. But I love writing, so it's actually quite a paradigm. And I was sitting and I was writing, and there was this one word, and I was like, I wonder, I'm sure this word is wrong. Oh, Grace, that's so nice. Okay. Squeaker T, do you have a wonderful day? And thanks for visiting. So anyway, back to the thing of celebration is that, and I wrote the word and I looked it up and I wrote it right. And I was so chuffed. I actually decided at that moment, I'm now going to have a celebratory cup of coffee. And I stopped everything and off I went and I made a cup of coffee and celebrated. I spelled the word wrong. Oh, right. I felt so chuffed. So yes, it's that thing of celebration. So, oh, let me ask. What do you like to celebrate? Grace said she celebrates every day. I love that. Anybody else? Is there things that you celebrate that people will look up and think, don't know, that is something to celebrate? Okay, let's sew this up. One more after this. I'm quite excited. We're getting stuff done here. Sure. Coffee in the morning brings me joy. Oh, Grace, I agree. But Grace, you don't just make coffee. I mean, your coffee that you make is a masterpiece. I hope one day I can have coffee with you because, oh my goodness. So those of you who don't know, Grace has a sewing channel and she makes the most beautiful things. And I love how uplifting she is and how positive. And her channel is so lovely with Grace, as you can see. But she always makes coffee before she starts sewing. And then she shows us how she makes her coffee. And so I sit on this side of the screen and I look at Grace's coffee and I'm like, that looks divine. I think I need to come over for coffee with you, Grace. Sitting with your dog. Oh, yes, that is special. Let's see if anybody else. And Banana Diva also has a sewing channel. He gave us a tour of his sewing room the other day, which was really interesting. You celebrate, Banana Diva, you celebrate nature. I love having endless birds visiting my bird tables. I raise butterflies every year and even grow vegetables, especially for the little creatures to eat. That is amazing. Oh. I used to fight them because they were eating my vegetables. That is so awesome. That's really nice. The Yorkies, oh wow, they're not eating because yesterday and this morning I gave them some yummies on the food. Let me see. Where are they? Hello, Chase. Come here. Chase, hello. Come here. Come say hello. Come say hello, hello, hello. Oh, there's Ella. Say hello. Ooh, no kisses. No kisses. She's so cute. Oh, also celebrate nature. Come here, Chase. Come here, Chase. Good boy. Come here. Come here. Good boy. And then there's Chase. He's got the sweetest little face. Look at him. So cute. Oh, my goodness. So, yes, they're really doing well. Diane! I'm so happy to see you. Yeah, I was worried about your computer. In our school meeting earlier, I saw that you were struggling. Yes, I am South Africa. Ash. Oh, they are. And Diane said she celebrates nature and the changing of seasons. I also love that. So Diane, we're talking about the things that we celebrate and to celebrate the small things. Not just the big like birthdays and holidays, but small little things. And so, yeah, the Yorkies are very cute. So Banana Diva said they grow vegetables for the butterflies and for the critters to eat. And yes, it is so special. So Diane, I'm really happy to hear your computer is okay. I've missed you in our school meeting. So as I said earlier, I am still working on the hearts. There's one more. And I'm really chuffed at how much we got done today. I didn't think I would finish them all. But it does get easier, I must say. Ooh, I need some more stuffing. Let's go and fetch some more pieces of scrap fabric that we can cut up. Because my lavender is a bit low, so we need to cut up some scrap fabric so that we can use that. Oh, I thought I had more scrap fabric. Doesn't look like I do. What's that? Yeah, that we can cut up. Oh no. Let's see if there's any here. There's some on the ground. You turn you around. Let's cut this up. Diane, I celebrate every morning I wake up. I celebrate the young man who fixed my computer in 10 minutes. and didn't charge me. Oh, Diane, that is so awesome. Definitely something to celebrate. I forgot school meeting. Wow, I did not get, oh, sorry guys. I forgot to send out a notification. I'm still working on those types of things. I've actually made a list of all the things that need to happen to make sure that everybody gets notifications and. So I'll get better at it. Grace, I'm so sorry. Thank you. I don't know, Mogul. Don't know how to say your name, but thank you for visiting. So over here, we're talking today about celebrating, and not just celebrating the big things, but celebrating the small things. And so Diane just told us that her computer broke, and somebody came and fixed it, and then they didn't charge her, and she's celebrating that. Thanks, Grace. I appreciate it. But I'll get better. I promise you guys, I'm working on getting better. And you know, it's that small improvements every day. And some days I'm better at it than other days. So at the moment, we're just cutting up some scraps, and we're going to use that to fill up more of the hearts. So over here, I have my lavender that I picked, and I'm just mixing it with the scrap fabric. We have one more heart to make, and for those of you who've just tuned in, I'm making hearts for a picnic that I'm going to have with some friends. Thank you, Diana. You guys are so thoughtful. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to have a picnic with some of my friends, and we are getting together in a park, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I want to give each of them a little heart. And I filled it with lavender. Firstly, lavender smells good. Lavender also calms your nervous system. Lavender keeps scorpions away and moths out of your clothes. And it's just a nice gift. So everybody's going to get a little heart. But today, one of the ladies I invited, she contacted me and she said, oh, can I bring a friend along? And of course I said yes, because the more the merrier. And so I've just made a little extra 2 hearts in case there's more people than what I expected. Because it would not be nice to arrive and not get a heart. So today I went back to the beach because I'm close to it at the moment, and I had another cold plunge. And let me try again. I'm talking too fast, and then my brain goes faster than my tongue. While we were plunging, we were just getting used to the cold water. A seal came along. I'm making little hearts that I fill with lavender, which I'm going to give to my friends. And the seal came along, and apparently, I didn't know it, but apparently some of the seals carry, what do you call that? Rabies. I think it's rabies. So the ocean cleared out completely. We all just got out. But somebody said that seal is there all the time, but I'm not going to take chances. They're very cute, but you don't take chances with seals. So yes, our cold plunge was cut short. I think we only did like 10 minutes before the seal pushed us out of the water. Oh. I didn't have my glasses on because I don't swim with my glasses, but I can see so far. Oh, bye Grace. Thanks for spending time with us. Enjoy your new glasses. So luckily everybody else was there, and they were like, get out, there's a seal. So we all got out. And of course, we had to go for coffee. Coffee is mandatory after a cold plunge. I think he was thinking that, Diane. But I mean, I'm sure we sent him a memo that it was our turn now. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. And we were 4 that got together today. Usually it's just 2, but it looks like the group's growing. So that was a lot of fun. And then I came back, and I've been working on my Valentine's dress. Here. Hi, here. Welcome here. We are talking about celebrating the small things in life. I'm making little hearts to give to my friends, and I'm filling them up with lavender. And I was just talking about a seal that came along today when I was cold plunging in the ocean, which was quite an adventure. But luckily he was far enough away. But we had a storm, guys. We had a storm. Not last night. Last night was also quite stormy, but the night before. And so the ocean is so dirty at the moment. It's not really dirty, but you know, like there's a kelp forest quite close, and then all the kelp came loose, and there were like little specks in the water, and some of the people didn't like that. But it's just part of being in the ocean, you know. It's not always going to be clear, crystal clear water. So I just laughed at some of the people that were there. It's like, oh no, the water is dirty. And I'm like, that's the sea for you. It was a storm, but it was a lot of fun. And the coffee was good. Cappuccinos is always something I love. I should slow down the coffee though. This is the last little heart. Can't believe we're finally at that point. We're just going to not fill it that much, because I don't think I have enough stuffing for it. But that's okay. I think they will, Diane. And you know, I was sitting thinking about it earlier, or not earlier, but the other day. And part of me was like, oh, what if they don't like it? And I've put all this effort in. And then I realized, hey, Diane, welcome. Then I realized, you know what? Even if they don't like it, I had fun making it. Diane, I'm on my last heart today. Yeah, it's that thing of enjoying the process, and even if nobody else enjoys it, I had fun. And it forced me to think about a few things. What's this? Secret chicken. I don't really do pronouns. So, but welcome here. Okay, Peters. You can put them in the cupboard or in the car. They're useful. Love lavender. That's so true. Yes. You can put them anywhere. There's some sea sand at the bottom of this, and I almost thought there's some sea sand, which won't be a problem, but maybe not the best idea. So this one I will have to cut a bit more fabric up. I'm busy working on a project, and I'm sure there's more scraps coming from there, and so then I will fill this one up and finish it. But all the others are done. We've sat here and we've finished 4 of them, and I'm really happy about that. Okay, now what is left? So we've been talking about all the things that needs to happen for the picnic, and one of it was lavender is one of your favorites. Oh, Evan. Yes, I also love lavender. I think lavender is just so versatile. I just want to clean this table from all the pieces of lavender and just put it in this last heart. So, still have to finish this one as soon as I have enough stuffing for it. I think what we're going to do now is I've pinned my valentine. Oh, I was saying the things that still needs to happen. I still need to put the little flags together. I've cut out the doilies, they're ready. I just want to clean the floor because The cape is finished and basting remove. Happy dance. Well done. So those of you who came a bit late, Evan So's made a red velvet, just to be in the presence of greatness, Evans, cape for grandchild or granddaughter, and it's in velvet, and so it's just done. It's for the birthday of your granddaughter, isn't it? I'm not sure now. Yes, you said the birthday. Oh, hand sewing projects. A nice thing if you want to make clothes is to make like a shift dress. I don't know if you make, okay, Peters, a shift dress is, you know, where you have the shoulders and then the arms are cut out with round neck, which you can use bias binding for, or you can just fold it over. 2 birthdays today. Oh, sweet, she's 2. Oh, how cute. So if you do the neckline, you fold the fabric. You don't have to do binding if you can't. You just can fold it over and then sew it down all the way. So you fold it over once and then you fold it over another time, and then you can just sew it down all the way. And then you can put a belt with it, or you can use it as a nightgown. Another thing is a top for hand sewing, maybe with little straps. You can always make a jacket if you have like a good quality linen, or not even, you can even just use some quilting cotton. A little pillow, I don't know if you do like pillows. You can also do hand quilts, that's always fun. So yeah, there's quite a few things, and you can always, her birthday is today and she's 10. Okay, I was wondering how a 2-year-old's going to do with a cape. Let's just fetch my sewing. But that is so cute. So yes, Cape Peters, there's so many things you can do. And maybe just go and Google it. A dress. Yes. So make sure if you do hand sewing, look for patterns that doesn't have a lot of pieces, because it can get a bit overwhelming in the beginning, especially if it's the first dress that you make. But if you make like a slip dress, that is really nice to make by hand. So this is the dress I'm working on for Valentine's Day, and it's going to have these elastics in the middle, like 3 rows of elastics, and I'm busy making the casings for the elastics, and I'm now busy with the last one. So we're just going to sew that in place. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see because it's quite dark here. Doesn't look like it, but let's see if I can see. So I've pinned it earlier while we were having the school visit, and yeah, so sorry for those of you who came late. I forgot to send the email this morning to say that there's school this afternoon. But if you're part of the school community, it's every Tuesday afternoon at 5 o'clock South African time. What did I miss? Can't wait to see the dress finish. Love the fabric. Oh, thanks, Diane. Yes, you know what? Let me tell you again about the fabric, because maybe I didn't tell everybody. So you know Lisa from Freds and Cahoots. She gave me this fabric. She found it in a second-hand store. And when I was in America, she sent it to me. And I am so in love with this fabric. So if you are looking for someone to go and visit, Lisa, she at one stage, she cancelled her whole channel and she started over. And yeah, if you're not following her yet, please go and follow her. She is such a lovely lady. And for those of you who are looking for people to follow, so Diane from Silver Thread Sewing, she's got a lovely channel as well. Go and visit her. And let me see who else. Grace has a channel, Grace from So Lovely with Grace. And who else was on here? Let's see. Oh, Banana Diva. They also have a nice channel. So yes, go and check who's here and go and see, look at their channels, and maybe if you want, go and visit them for a little bit or a long bit. Actually most of the people I've mentioned, I love spending time with them. So back to this dress. I'm really excited about this dress, and that I finally sat down and worked it out. So I'm taping the process Oh, you're welcome, Diane. So I'm taping the process, and what I did was the pattern piece. Um, Wonderful to see you making something lovely for yourself. Remember to put yourself first sometimes. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's a good reminder. Speaking of putting yourself first, remember, part of the process of these 14 days running up to Valentine's Day is to also remember to look after yourself. Because there's that scripture in the Bible that says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. And the thing is, you cannot love the people around you if you are not able to love yourself properly. So yes, thank you for that reminder, because I am really bad at that sometimes. And I'm very chuffed that I'm making myself a dress. So I've made some marks on the back, and I'm just going to sew there. And then I have to take the binding, fold it over, iron it flat, and then I can put the elastics through. But I forgot my safety pin. Wait, I think I saw a safety pin somewhere. Because I like to pull the elastic through with a safety pin. So I need to go and look for a safety pin. And then I can finish this dress. The other thing I forgot is to bring some scrap fabric for the pockets, because I literally used every scrap. There's like 4 or 5 scraps this size left over of this fabric. And yeah, there is not enough. I can put that together, but it's not going to be enough for pockets. And I really want pockets. A dress is only perfect if it has pockets. I actually was speaking to someone the other day, and I made her something, and I said, oh, but it doesn't have pockets. And she's like, oh, it doesn't need pockets. It's sacrilege. How can you say a dress doesn't need pockets? I mean, that is just wrong. If a dress doesn't have pockets, then there's a problem with that dress. It's not a perfect dress. It's a okay dress. You might still look pretty in it, but it needs pockets. Gelang Legodi. Hi again. I've seen you greeting us earlier. So yes, I need to go and find some scrap fabric and put pockets in, and then this dress is done, because I did the top and I just folded it over 0.5 centimeter and then 2.5 centimeters. So it's in total is 3 centimeters that was folded over, and that's where the top elastic is going to go in. And then there's the 3 rows of elastic in my waist, and for the sleeves, it's a very short little puff sleeve. So I do have enough to bind the sleeves, and I don't particularly like elastics around my arm. This have elastics and it irritates me after a while. So I think I'm just going to gather it and then bind it. Must have pockets, yes. I think I need to make that my tagline for my channel. Must have pockets. So I do have enough to just bind the sleeves, gather them, and then bind them. So I'll see. But for now, I am just trying to get all the casings done for all the elastics. Oh, I was talking about the pattern. So you take your basic peasant top. Just Google peasant top patterns. There's a lot of free ones. Then you look on the pattern, where is the waistline? Now, I took a basic one and I just made it the width of the fabric and then cut it out. And then where the waistline is, that's where you do your markings, your first row of markings. And then from the baseline to just under your boob, so the under boob measurements, that's where your second line is going to go. And then you measure in between, and that's where your third line is going to go. And that's how they make those dresses that everybody is wearing, and that costs quite a lot everywhere for the patterns. The cheapest one I could find was $20, and I do believe it's worth it. I have no problem with the price. It's just my budget has a problem with the price. So I decided I'm just going to work it out because I can. And I'm going to tell you how to do it so that you can do it as well if you feel like it. It is a bit of a thing to measure, but in the end, it's really not that hard. I think birthdays are so special. Are you guys going to celebrate today? Or did you celebrate? Or is it still coming up? So for many years, because I'm part of triplets, our birthday was always, of course, it's together. And so I remember growing up thinking, I just want a birthday on my own. And you know, when I left school and suddenly I was on my own, oh, the afternoon after school, oh, nice. So when I finally celebrated on my own, it was such a letdown. I felt like I was not whole because my sisters weren't there to celebrate with me. So I really love birthday celebrations. Let's just do this. All my pins are on the other side because it's the way I pinned it. And it's quite a mission to try and get them out. So the other thing that I've decided is I was sitting here earlier and I was trying to get everything done and pushing on and getting as much as I can finished. And then I was thinking, oh no, I will have to work tonight. And I was just thinking, you know what? I can always do it tomorrow. I don't have to do it all today. So when I'm done here today, I'm just going to finish sewing this one line and the rest can happen tomorrow. And that is something that's so liberating for me because I didn't always do that. I didn't always give myself that grace to say, I can't stop. I would not stop until the job was done. And there is a place for that. But this is for me and I want to enjoy the process. And for that reason, I'm going to stop because it's 7 o'clock at night. I've worked the whole day and I can take the rest of the evening and just do something fun. Like knitting. I want to get to some knitting later on. Do you sometimes push yourself to do stuff until it's because you just want to get it done, or do you have grace for yourself? So at the moment, I am sewing over the pins. But one of the secrets of sewing over the pins is if you're sewing this way, make sure your pin is that way. The other thing is when you get to the pin, go really slow. And yeah, then you can take your pins out afterwards. Oh, thanks, Diane. I'm so glad you're allowing yourself, Grace, to stop. I find it is much more relaxing to stop when I'm tired, or if something else needs to be done. I still have to remind myself to stop. Yeah, it's so difficult. I used to actually feel guilty when I stopped and the job was not done. I'm just looking at this fabric as I'm sewing here. It's so pretty. I mean, look at this with the little embroidered roses on it. Isn't it just gorgeous? And I get to wear it. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait for this dress to be done so I can wear it. Okie dokie. Let's pull out all the pins. And then I continue tomorrow. Because I can. And it's okay. Thank you. So Diane said, when I feel like when your job is sewing for other people, it puts more pressure on us. But most jobs don't all get done in one day or even two. That's actually a really good point, Diane. Yeah. And I think the whole thing with all the cheap clothes that's available, like on Shein or Timo, the people that make those clothes, they don't have lives, because that's all they do is they literally sit and sew, because a lot of the times they don't get paid for the day, they only get paid per garment. Banana Diva said, I'm terrible for leaving some dressmaking jobs until the last minute. Things I thought I would be really easy to turn out to be tougher than I thought, and I have to rush to finish it. Yeah, that's me too. The worst ever, I had to make a prom dress for a girl, and the dress had glass chiffon that was like pleated, the whole dress. And I started 14 hours before the dance. I finished it. She looked gorgeous. I'll look for a photo one day and show you guys. But that was, after that job, I just said, no, never again. And you know what? I did it again later on in my life. So yes, you're so right. It's that thing of waiting till the last minute and then you have to rush to finish it. And I'm really trying to stop doing that, because it's not good for my nervous system. It's not good for the cortisol levels in my body. And I don't want to live like that anymore. I don't want to be under that constant pressure anymore. But like Diane said, it is hard when you work for other people. I know, I almost did. But I think, you know what, I'll show you guys in school some of the things that I've made in the past. There's actually, if you want, you can tell me if you want to see, but yeah, there's some things that I'm really proud of through the years. No. What? No, it's not necessary. Good girl. So here we are. The dress have the third row. I need to iron it and fold it over and sew it flat. And then I can put the elastics in. So Diane says, I worked in a hosiery mill for 13 years. I got paid for making production. That was 216 dozen pairs of pants hose. That was 8-hour shifts, but it was hard to do that many. Oh, no, Diane. Whoa, that's hectic. Sorry, I'm not sure what is hosiery. Is it like stockings or tights? Maybe I can, oh no, I can't Google, my phone is here. Sure. Yeah, that is the thing that people don't realize, is when you work in that type of environment, you know, people is like, yeah, it does sound dreadful. Sure. In that type of environment, often you don't have a choice, you know. For many years, I didn't have a choice. I had to sew. Oh, nylon stockings. Okay, now I know. So people don't realize how hard it is to make clothes for other people, and how there's no time. You literally, I remember when I was still doing it full time, I would get up in the morning, and sometimes before 4 in the morning, to do all the work that needed to be done for the fitting, then sit and work tonight until whatever time to finish what I needed to do for the fitting. And it just gets to you after a while that you're literally just working from job to job. And then if you work in a factory, it's even worse, because you get a fraction of what the factory gets in, and most of the time you work for less than minimum wage, and people don't realize it. So I really try not to shop on like Shein and Temu and those places. A lot of people do, and if people do, I understand. I mean, it's also budget and whatever, but it's just I don't know what to do, because there's the one side, the person in the factory, but that is the way they get their income. But there's the other side of, a lot of the time it's kids working in those factory and literally working under horrible circumstances. So I don't have answers for that yet. But yes, it is such a privilege to be able to just finish. I'm not done, but I'm done for the evening. To put it, to put it away and to say, I will continue tomorrow. Some of the lavender just got up my nose. And on that note, I'm going to say good night. I want to go and sit and do knitting. Banana Diva, I completely forgot to make a set of 6 dresses for the dancers I worked with. I had to stay up all night to get them finished. I was literally hemming the last dress when the dancers turned up. Oh my gosh, I do understand that. I've also done things like that. Oh, thank you, Diane. I so appreciate you, and I'm so happy your computer is sorted. And I see you guys tomorrow, same time. This has been really a lot of fun. Thanks for watching. Bye.